Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the August meeting of the Brew Robotics Club. Very excited this evening to have Aram Perez, owner of STEAMBot educational robot with the STEAMBot. I've got one of his cat bot STEAMbots here. He's running cat mode. It's a lot of fun. Node NCU. It's got a little web server. Basically, you got an old. This is a good kit if you got an old cell phone laying around. And you just want to dedicate it to something. These cost $50, and then it's got the app on here, and it's programmable in Scratch. And he's going to give a presentation later. So again, welcome everybody to the August meeting, the Homebrew. We meet the last Wednesday every month. We'll have a builder special interest group on penultimate Wednesdays. And then we've got a Ross discussion group that meets weekly on Tuesdays, and a voice video intelligence group that meets on Thursdays, hosted by Thomas Messerschmidt. Let's see, our mailing list. I'm going to put it in the chat here. That's where you get all your robot news. If you have a question, robot building question, and if you can't get an answer from this group, there's not an answer to be had. Let's get the link to the actual website there too. It's hprobotics.org. Okay, so the way we do these things is we start with industry news, then we'll do club news, then we do what I need help with, then we do show and tell, then we have our presentation, and there's random access. So let's get going with industry news. Does anyone have industry news they want to share?
AI is pretty popular.
Do you have a specific story related to that?
Not that I can pull off the top of my head.
Okay.
There's so much. My head is crowded.
Yeah, there's
that Chat GPT-5 is still my bane. It has wasted more time for me producing this esoteric.
watch your language.
Complex.
Watch your language. This is a family show, Mike. This is a family show.
Esoteric. Yeah, I'll try not to shout what I usually shout at it.
This isn't the Ross discussion group.
It says excessively complex and extremely incorrect.
I find myself arguing with it all the time. As I'm writing my book, I say I need some sample code for a specific endpoint, and it says that doesn't exist. And I have to point it to its own website to say yes, it does exist.
Well, I think the funny thing was last week in the Ross discussion group, Mike had to step away from the group and have a discussion with Claude. And Sergey's going, "What the hell? Group's not good enough for you?"
There's also the Chinese Robot Olympics or something like that going on.
Yeah. Actually, I got the story there.
Yeah,
Hang on a second.
Mostly humanoids, like
It's
all
the world.
X1, like High Tree or whatever they're called.
It's the World Humanoid Robot Games in China.
Oh man!
And here we go.
If I could get every hour back that I worked on walking, I'd already rule the world.
So, well, we'll get there eventually. Let's.
They're getting there now.
Let me share my screen here. Share audio. Share a tab instead. Bear with me. Sharing a tab. And where's this tab? Bear with me. This will be worthwhile, or your money back. The robot report. Let me give the robot report a plug. That's a good place to get robot news. Am I sharing my screen? Oh, I need to go back and share a tab so you can get the audio. Bear with me. Here we go.
We're
Boom.
not sharing.
How about now?
Yeah, you've started sharing.
Let's put the link in the chat.
I just see a black screen.
It's
You've only got
coming
a
up.
black screen.
It's coming up. It's coming up. I'll put the link in the chat and TikTok.
It's there.
There it is. Okay. So yeah, the Unitree, I believe that's an H1 Unitree robot. That's $100,000 worth of robot. Won the what did it win? Let's see. Yeah, Unitree strikes gold in the it's the 1500. But let's see now. Let's check this one out here. Did I just change tabs? Sorry about that. Sounds like the audio went away.
Cam,
That's
can
what
you
I'm
put
hearing too.
Cam,
Not
can you-
hearing too.
Wow. We're staying in the lane.
Anyway, that's in this article.
Can
That's
you
in
put
the
a link?
article.
Can you put a
Yeah, I'll
link
put
in
the
the
article
chat?
in the chat. The link is in the chat. And so there's a link to this
Okay.
article in the chat, and it's got all the video and stuff.
Wow, look at that clinker go.
Let's see what else. What else is in industry news? Let's see. You got Robo Business coming up. I've got a link for that. Let's get that going.
So do you guys talk about NVIDIA's Project Cosmos?
Lloyd, why don't you go ahead and talk about Cosmos? Do you need to share the screen?
Oh, I don't have it, but I
I've
did.
got go ahead.
So it was amazing what I saw. They're able to duplicate exactly what you do now with a robot. If they want to handle something and everything, it's
You're saying Cosmo. Cosmo, which robot is that? Whose robot is that?
no. What NVIDIA did was they figured they had their initial learn how to do robot stuff. They improved it tremendously. They do, I don't know, like 1,000 different iterations, and they pick out the best, and they can duplicate your hand picking up an egg or any other thing that you want to teach it.
So they're doing training by imitation with a human as the trainer,
Right.
and using like I suppose motion cap type technology.
Okay. Are you saying this is a particular company or an event or what?
I think
No,
it's a platform.
NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA's training. They devised a platform to train robots.
Well, there's Groot.
Like
There's
efficiently.
Groot that's a humanoid project, and it's huge. It's based on the Thor processor. And they have Thor Drive also for automotive. Groot's GR00T, I believe.
Yeah.
But that's a full-on humanoid project. And of course, there's Omniverse and
Well,
all that kind of stuff.
is this NVIDIA thing an extension of Isaac and all that stuff? And
Yep.
Omniverse?
Well, Groot is anyways.
Yeah, I think, well, because NVIDIA came up with Isaac, right?
Right.
Yeah. The only thing I know, because I got and looked it up, was because I had invested in NVIDIA, and they're talking about all the companies that are jumping on board with this thing.
Right.
But I don't know how much of it's propaganda.
But okay, NVIDIA. What is it in NVIDIA that they're jumping on?
It's getting involved with Project Cosmos.
Cosmos. Okay.
They're buying. I think they're buying the process, buying into the process.
So
Let's do this.
Cosmos seems to be a trained model. Cosmos is a model that is
Okay,
trained
here's the
to
link. I'm
control a
gonna put this
robot.
in the chat.
I don't think you can hear me.
Jim D'Annunzio has put a link in already, I think.
All right, cool
Is
deal.
it like
All
a
right.
like a VLA, like a vision language action model? Or one of those world models? I guess we can all research it.
Yeah,
It's a-
check it out. Let's
it's a
post to the
new
mailing
thing.
list and let's talk about it in the mailing list.
It's a world foundation model.
Right.
You'll have to read about that. It's the first time
Right.
I've heard of it. It simulate real world environments.
Right. Well, yeah, that's definitely what Isaac, Jim, and been doing for a while. And
All right, let's
sounds
put a
like they
post
got
to
a
the
new.
mailing list and let's talk about it on the mailing
Isn't
list.
that
Um,
what I posted?
There's Robo Business that's also coming up here in Santa Clara, I believe. Physical AI is just what we're talking about. Here's the forums. So this is October 15, 16 in Santa Clara. It's Robo Business, okay? This is a great conference. I went to the first one. It's been 20 years ago.
Traditionally, it's been focused on, warehouse and factory stuff, right?
Actually, it started off trying to converge the
Right.
hobbyist enthusiast with business. And yeah, now it's all industrial, but you know,
Right.
there's always been this mix.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, I
see.
went last year.
Oh, okay, so I know what it is. Okay, so did I put this link in the chat?
I
TikTok.
have not.
Yeah. So, and also, what'd you say, Thomas?
You have not.
I did not put a link in the chat for the Robo Business. I think I did.
I mean, I don't see it. Let me look. Oh, I'm at the
Yeah.
bottom. I'm not at the bottom yet.
Yeah, well, it's not at the bottom. It's a little further up. Finally, and this is on NVIDIA also, with the Jetson, they've got 2,000 teraflops of AI to compute. Again, this comes from the Robot Report. That's a great resource. Let James Nugent in, Thomas.
I just did.
All right. So I think I put this link in the chat for the NVIDIA Jetson. Let's see here. Oh, gosh, they were talking about Thor in here somewhere. Thor. Oh, okay, this is Jetson Thor. This is like $2,500 worth of microcontroller, okay? But it's huge. This Blackwell architecture. This gets into that Groot thing I was mentioning earlier, where, it's really humanoid focused AI compute. Hey, Thomas, can you let James in?
There's nobody else waiting.
I see Jay Nugent waiting to enter the reading room. So
He's in. He's in.
here's this is Atlas. Who is this? This is Atlas. This is Boston Dynamics Atlas. Yeah. And so he's using this Thor chip. That's amazing. That's the new Atlas. It's got electric motors. It's no longer hydraulic.
No oil.
Yeah. That's amazing. What's he got there? 3 fingers? Steve, okay? Are you online? All right. See, I'll put that link in the chat. Okay. Let's see. Is there any other business news this evening? All right, let's move on into.
I don't know if it qualifies as business news, but it was something funny for the Bay Area related to a robotics. Can I share my screen?
Sure. Yes.
Get to Zoom. So for those of us who've been doing RoboMagellan, there is
Are you
this.
sharing your screen? Are you sharing your screen, Nathan?
I'm trying to share my screen. There we go. So for those of us who've been doing there's this challenge called the Earth Rover Challenge that's coming up, and you can enter. It's like an AI city navigation challenge. But specifically, the funny thing was yesterday, somebody took one of the robots for this challenge and was trying to cross the Bay Area with it. And so if I did see it last night, but so on r/Bay Area, there's a basically what's effectively one of our Magellan robots attempting to drive from somewhere in, I think, basically the south end of San Jose all the way to the north end of the bay.
How does it
Taking sidewalks the whole way?
How does it deal with battery power?
Who knows? I don't know. It's just there was a little RC car driving down the sidewalk with a giant flag on it that says, "If I get stuck, please help me."
Right.
Something
right.
ain't right. Something ain't right though. And whatever you do, don't go through, what's the town, Philadelphia or something?
Yeah, that's where the other guy got the
Yeah,
floor.
that's the other guy got
Hitchbot
whacked.
got taken apart.
Hitchbot, wasn't it?
Hitchbot, yeah.
They beat up the the robot.
Yeah.
Philly, I remember that.
It crossed, it completely went back and forth across Canada. They bring it to the US and it gets torn to pieces.
Yeah.
That's why we can't have nice things.
So we can have nice things.
Any more business news? That's business news. All right, let's move on into club news now. Marco, you want to talk about Maker Faire?
It's back.
Yeah. So
Maker
thought they
Faire
were
is
not
back.
out. They went out of business, didn't they?
No,
no,
that's Robo
we are
Games.
not a business, and we get
Maker also went out of business, but they're back somehow.
Make the magazine and the whole infrastructure is back, and they still do Maker Faire, and it's end of September, and we will have a table there. So if you have a robot to show and
Nice.
want to show up and have fun, see other interesting things, send me an email. I'm still looking for people to join me.
This is the best and least expensive way to go to Maker Faire, is actually have
Yes.
something there. Yeah, now you need to be a member to attend with the HPRC. So make sure your dues are paid. That's on the homepage if you have a question about that.
That's another question. Then is he doing something, or
Yeah, yeah, you can go, you can pay the dues. We don't have badges, but I mean, you just
okay.
you need to be a member in order to be with the club at the functions. It's just a thing.
Yeah, at some point I asked him and I never heard back if I paid for this year or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. You're good, Marco. We got you. We got you covered.
What's it
All
cost
right.
a year?
$10, right? Is that my right?
That sounds like a bargain.
Yeah.
1757.
Yeah. All right. So, any more club news before we move into show and tell? Next month is our, go ahead. Next month is our, I think we're on the 23rd year, but our phase 3 challenge. So you have a presentation to give. We are a builders club. So show us what you're working on next month. September the 24th. Wow, that's going to come quick. The ultimate Wednesday.
Someone going to mention the Magellan challenge before then?
Yes. So Survey and I are going to host. It's 2 weeks, right? Yeah. So let's see, make sure I got the actual date right before I say something wrong. Yes, we are hosting. What day did we decide to do? Hold on. The text message. It's in the email, but I'm yes, that is what we decided. Okay. Yeah, so on September the 13th, which is a Saturday, it's Saturday, right? Yes, Saturday, September 13th, we are going to meet up in an as yet undecided location. We're thinking Baylands, but we were trying to move it around a little bit, but a lot of the parks are busy for stuff that weekend. So probably going to be Baylands Park. We're going to do a Rogue Magellan challenge again. We were trying to do it in tandem with the challenge meetings. We previously had the club's Botnik once a year, but once a year's not that often. So we're trying to meet up at least quarterly to do Rogue Magellan, which is basically self-driving RC cars that run around in a park, needs to fit in a 4-foot cube. You have GPS goals, or you have goal locations marked by traffic cones, and that's my robot. So finding cones and
Needs to
flipping
have
over.
needs to
And-
have a safety off switch, a dead man switch.
Yep, and has a difference. Yep.
This is Carneades,
Kybernetes, yeah.
Kybernetes, easy for you to say.
I haven't heard about Kubernetes in a while.
Yeah,
What?
well, the funny thing was that I came up with the name for this robot the year before Kubernetes came out. And it was really funny seeing that they both have the same name inspiration, which is probably for me a mispronunciation of the Greek word for steersman. So, like on a
Yeah.
ship. So,
I like that.
Great minds think alike.
I like that.
I was just talking with some friends about how like nobody talks about Docker or Kubernetes or any of that web-based stuff anymore. We're just gonna let Claude and GPT do all the low-level stuff. It's gonna be a beautiful world.
what's my container orchestration system? Chat GPT.
The farce is strong with you.
Oh no.
Reminded of a Donald Fagen song. What about the wonderful world it can be? What a wonderful world this will be.
Which the latest fun AI coding snafu, I believe, is either yesterday or today, was there was this tool called NX that not the desktop sharing software that everybody seems to like to use, but there's it's a plugin for Visual Studio Code it's another AI tool integration for Claude into your IDE, but so it's not specifically that tool's fault, but there was a node package that it depended on that somebody managed to put a malicious version into
Oh, no.
NPM's package tracker, and that caused the code tool that would live in your IDE to scrape your entire system for anything that looks like a password and then commit to some random GitHub repository on the internet.
Oh boy. This is why we
screwed
can't have
several
nice things.
tens of thousands of developers from what it sounds like before GitHub shut it down.
Oh man.
But
Well, that could never happen.
another
in
supply
Python,
chain
would it?
attack. Another.
I think I missed the MSBI or bin.
Or at least don't allow scripts that you're installing as plugins in an IDE to access your whole file system.
Something like that.
Oh, this is the best one here.
Ow.
Is it still Magellan?
Ow.
Yes,
Ouch.
this is on camera
Yeah.
view. It looks fake. I love the timing on these wheels. It's like,
Somehow.
Camp, we're looking at your terminals. Oh, we're looking.
sorry, I'm enjoying the video. Let's see here.
All right. Oh, we're probably well behind where you are then. Yeah.
Oh, I see, I
Okay,
see,
it just
yeah.
came up. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one where I used the short. I basically just screwed the Instacam straight to, or Insta360 straight to the back of the robot, and then the other one is the one with the stick that looks like there's a drone chasing the robot.
Like a selfie stick?
Yeah, there's a selfie. Well, your Insta360 comes with a selfie stick now, so
Oh.
it comes in the box. But
Got for the kid.
yeah. I didn't hit anybody.
It's a nice solid red you can search for. I did a project a while ago trying to parse red, blue, and green things in an image through a webcam, and it was the white balance and automatic stuff was just messing everything up.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
Autobot, yeah. Yeah, the color classification. I'm just running an object classifier trained on traffic counts for this.
Right.
I'll put this link in the chat. This is from our last quarter's Robo Magellan.
This was June in San Mateo. This park was actually really nice. It is, yeah. This is
Is this Baylands?
no. This was in San Mateo. It's
Central?
called
There's a park called Central Park.
yeah, it might have been that one, or it's Beresford Park. Beresford. Yeah, this was Beresford Park at 28th and Alameda. There's like tennis courts.
Wow. Yeah, hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back.
A hilarious number of pictures of traffic cones I took in San Francisco. Oh, YOLO V7. Hey, there. Say YOLO V8, the one I'm trying to train. The one that's worked really well is this random one on the internet called Cone Slayer, which is based on YOLO V7. Yeah. But
What if someone's like wearing an orange shirt, like the same
the
color?
object classifier is able to tell the difference. So I think actually if there's a question on that, I do have a video. Let's see if I can actually pull it.
What if he's wearing a fancy dress costume that looks like a cone?
That might fool it. There might not be enough parameters in YOLO V7 Tiny to do that one. Hold on.
I'm going to print a cone on a piece of
That's exactly what
paper.
I was going to do.
Piece of paper, yeah.
Not a piece of paper.
No.
I'll wear a shirt.
No, my
shirt
trans-
with the cone.
I have transfer paper for a t-shirt.
Yeah, orange party. Yeah, it's okay. I definitely. Yeah, let's see. Let's try.
It was Brandon Blaget at a particular Robo
Sergey gives up on
Magellan.
trying to make it faster. He just makes it. Yeah.
It was Brandon Blaget on a Robo Magellan years ago, where the kid his kid with an orange T-shirt ran towards the cone, and the robot kind of followed. There was some controversy there. Years later, I was judging a Robo Magellan event, and I was wearing an orange shirt, and everybody was complaining. And I pointed out that in life there are orange shirts, so there's that. All right, let's keep this party rolling here.
Like a green screen shoot, you show up in green.
Nathan,
The director
were you about
loves
to
you.
Nathan, were you about to show something?
Maybe if I can find it.
I know you got a demo for show and tell coming
Oh
up
yeah, I
here.
got a demo for show and tell. I was trying to find my how much AI experiments. There we go. Okay, so let me share my screen here. So just desktop capture laptop window, which removes the view over here because of course it does. Hold on. Let me fix that. Everybody on Zoom will be able to see it except for the PM. Nobody here will be able to see it. Hold on. Let me share my screen. System desktop capture. Share the TV. There we go. Hopefully you're looking at a thing that looks like a file manager. Kubernetes 2, 2020, run 3, I think. Yeah. So this is Cone Slayer running over the can everyone see the video playing on Zoom?
Yes.
Okay. So so here are a bunch of people and people in red shirts even running around. And then boom, cone. And no fault, no misdetects.
That's using the Cone Slayer software, right?
Cone Slayer, yeah.
That was developed for what?
This one, well, so it was only a 416 by 416 pixel input size.
But that was developed for like the Indy cars, right? Or something.
10. Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't tell. Did it classify the guy with the red shirt?
It did not.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there's another guy with a red shirt on the left that it is not classifying as a cone.
Right.
So if it doesn't see any cones, like what does it do in that?
It gives up.
Oh, but in the beginning, it.
So there's a GPS, there's a set of GPS coordinates. So the idea is it gets within a predefined distance of the cone and then starts visually searching for it. And then if it doesn't find it there after doing this loop,
This,
will then
this
give up
is
and
a
run away.
hard one to find. Noticed it was placed behind those poles and fire hydrant.
Yeah, I was, my
I
fear
think
was,
you get like 50% points on
this
this one.
was,
or
yeah,
something.
this was the 50% cone. Yeah.
Okay, and then there's
But-
another one that's back behind the dumpster. If you get that, you get
I
like
didn't get that one.
90% off.
What's your
Yeah,
detection?
no, you get yourself in trouble back there.
I have it
You
set
have to touch
at,
you have to touch the goal cone, or your score is
Yeah.
the distance from the goal. You don't get a timed score.
I have a completely, BS heuristic that I came up with, which I think is pixel count times the invert, the, I think it's like pixel count times the minimum detect threshold or the detection threshold squared or something. So, and then I sort by largest, I think I have it set as don't report anything less than 60%.
All right. Let's get on with
Yeah.
our show and tell. Let's get on with
Yeah.
our show and tell, Nathan. I think you have a show and tell.
I do have a show. Actually, I stopped sharing, and the first thing I want to do is share something on my screen. Because okay, let me actually. Okay, let me shut up. Damn it. Okay. I'll figure this out one day. Okay. Laptop. No, I want to share the TV, and then stick the thing I want to present on the TV. There we go. Okay, yeah, that was the part. But okay, so there is this robotics framework called Lay Robot. I'm not going to spend much time on this because I'm not doing too much with it. But there is a company called Hugging Face. They have a robotics, a imitation learning framework called Lay Robot that they develop. And they have a couple of robots that they officially support. And the one a lot of people have probably seen is this thing called the SOARM 100, which is a fully 3D printable, like standard robotic arm. They're calling it it's their standard reference arm for their framework. Basically, their framework for the most part defines there is an arm that you print, and then there is a controller that is literally the arm with a control stick bolted to the end of it. And rather than a gripper, you have a little thumb hook thing you can use, and the target arm just mimics the controller arm, and you basically guide it to do things, and it'll try to imitate you. But there's a group at UIUC in Chicago that came up with they basically just put out a model. They call it the Lake Kiwi, which is a three-wheel drive holonomic chassis that is intended to have the SOARM bolted to it. And Hugging Face and Lay Robot, or Hugging Face adopted support for this thing into their Lay Robot framework. But the big thing about all of these is that the 3D model files are available online. So you can just go to 3D print meshes, download all of the meshes, and print out all of the parts. What's one that looks interesting? Like the base plate, and the same thing with the SOARM here. They just have all of the STL files. So for instance, we can look at the individual components. So let's say the upper arm. And so all of the parts are available as 3D models. You print it out and use these serial bus servos. Are kind of like Dynamixels, but they're knockoff by a company called knockoff. I don't know. It's a clone similar servo called a Fitech ST3215. But either way, so the idea is it is this standard reference platform for supporting their thing. And so I printed one out. I've let me now actually show the camera because I've got one with me. And so now if you could just spotlight Maker Nexus.
Can I ask a quick question? Since
Yeah.
I've been working with this for the last 6 months or so, but I hadn't heard about the OmniWheel thing. Who did you say made that?
It's
that
a
Hugging Face themselves?
It's not well, so it wasn't Hugging Face themselves. It's a robotics group at University of Illinois at Urbana.
Not the French guys.
Not the French guys.
Okay.
But they have essentially adopted this as their standard mobile platform.
The
Or
mobile
Hugging Face.
okay, so the mobile platform, yeah, I see it. It's an S100 Yeah, it's just, okay, I get it.
Yeah, so S100 bolted to an OmniWheel platform.
Right, I
Um,
guess my question is the OmniWheel platform also like all the 3D things are up there and it's
yes, all the
open
3D things
source
are
and
up there.
stuff there. Okay.
Yeah, let me post a link in the chat here.
I have quite a lot of experience with the robot on the software side, so
Oh, okay.
I can talk about that if anyone's interested.
Yeah. So let me go to the chat. Zoom chat. Yeah, here. So yeah, here's, and then Lay Robot or Hugging Face adopted it into Lay Kiwi, so there's official support. So if I then go to the robot, if I tempt fate, if I go to the robot and let me find my other terminal into the robot. I spent yesterday trying to get it to work without the ARM controller because I only had enough servos to print out the ARM, and it was, I mean, it was still trivial, but it was funny how many things I had to comment out to get it to function without the ARM. But anyway, so if I run the stack on the robot, and then I run the stack on my laptop.
Didn't the little robot people have a version of the ARM for controlling that didn't have motors, that only had encoders?
They might have. I'm not sure. But either way, I do have it running now. So
Oh, that's so cool. And those are not mechanisms. They're 90-degree on these.
right, they're 90-degree
Yeah.
ones. You the
45. Yeah.
yeah. So sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, the 3D print or the Lake Kiwi model assumes you're going to use the 4-inch Vex Omni wheels, but
Right.
I followed Steve Dillo's example on the mailing list, and I actually printed my own Omni wheels. So and I believe I posted the links because he basically just scaled them up by 2x and then printed out a mounting mechanism to get them on these servos. I figured since I was already printing them, I could just edit the model to include the motor mount in the model anyway. So I redesigned the mounting mechanism of the wheel just a little bit so I could just bolt the wheel straight to the servo.
All right, we need to get this show and tell moving on, Nathan.
Don't try that at home.
Yeah,
Because you
very
don't have
nice.
support on the other side, right?
Yeah. So
There's a TableBot challenge phase 1.
there's one. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta pick up the camera next time. Yeah.
Chris, you say you've got something for show and tell?
Yeah, I will share and give you guys a quick update on my homebrew LLM project. You can see my screen, I hope.
Yep.
Okay, well, I was having problems. There was a bug in my neural network code, and it wasn't learning anything. So I decided, looking at memory dumps of floating point matrices was not fun. So I decided to make a visualizer so I could actually visualize what's going on in the neural network. This is the simple, XOR example. And with this, it was great because I could just hover over and get my weights and what the values were, and I could just run the learner, and then it just goes about its business and learns XOR. Now, what's cool about this, you'll notice the output of the graph, it's using the two inputs as if they were real variables, and so X and Y, and then the output is the intensity. I don't know if the error rate is visible or if that font is too small, but right now it's showing the error rate as 0.009958, and it will slowly get better. But the only thing that's really important are the 4 corner pixels. 0, 0 gives you a 1 in the upper right corner, and lower left and upper left. So everything else, all the other pixels, are really don't care conditions. So I thought, well, what happens if we overkill and let's throw more neurons at a simple XOR? So now let's make more layers and more neurons. And we find that it learns faster. You'd expect a bigger brain to learn faster. So this learns XOR. But what's interesting is when you look at the don't care conditions. And that got me thinking, well, maybe is that how they generate images or something with neural networks? And I'll explore that avenue later, but you can see here the total error got down to 0.000000 almost instantaneously. So basically the big thing here is just the visualizer so I can see what's going on inside the networks, made it easier to debug. Like I said, looking at data dumps of floating point matrices, not fun. And the next thing in the VigSig with Thomas, somebody said, well, when are you going to have it chat GTP? When are you going to have it putting sentences together? So I tried it. Now, of course, this isn't a full LLM architecture. This is just a very simple single neural network. The problem was getting data. If anybody knows where I can get English text data, please let me know. So here's an example with using things that I could find on the net. Now, this is almanac data. So when it reads in the data and analyzes it, we've got almost 100,000 different words, almost 10,000 unique. And every time I hit the space bar, it basically predicts what's the next word going to be based on its training data, just like an LLM is supposed to do.
The GPT -3.
Yeah, this is GPT -10, actually. There's nothing in here that looks at sentence structure. This is just
no transformers.
There's no transformers. This is just predict what's the next word, because everybody says that's what all GTP does is it predicts the next word, but it's got cool things like transformers and it knows about English syntax. So
how did you decide? Sorry, how did you decide the architecture? Like, you know, how many? Well, first of all, how many nodes are you doing?
The architecture itself, instead of tokens, I'm using each unique word as its own token. So this neural network had 9,457 output neurons. And I just experimented with random hidden layers of neurons just to get something that sort of worked. I'll just read a couple of these. Sisters and his jawbone, unhappily, we get tired of them to bring them toward the crowd arena as earth sounds good. But that's not a lot. So then I found, found a bunch of text from Mac Reynolds, a sci-fi writer. And here we have a little bit more, almost 100,000 different words. His loud mouth went into everybody's head, but we need a hero. It up to a fracas. We were able to see Tommy.
That's starting to look like GPT-2. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
Okay, but as again, if there's any semblance of sentence structure here, it's accidental because all it's doing is predicting one word ahead. Now, I'm going to apologize in advance. I am not religious, but the only thing I could find that was large and in English text format without any metadata or tags was the Bible. So if we look at the Bible, now we've got 767,000 words, 12,000 of which are unique. And let's see what we get out. The first one, it just randomly picks a word from the entire thing and then uses that as the seed to generate the next word. So we get, be given to all fair young man that fall out in us, for priests the tabernacle to enter, and that he die, also before them, also inheritance of his sons of the children, which had one go to praise thy fathers. So I'm getting closer. I will start adding in transformers and things that can learn about, you know, English sentence diagramming and structure.
But wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
This is grammatically correct almost.
It's almost grammatically correct only by accident because it's been trained on grammatically correct sentences.
Well,
now,
because maybe we take this offline, but it's created the frequency of, I mean, it's not just a one depth, you know, Markov chain. It's got the whole history.
No, it is pretty close to a one depth Markov chain.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you doing the generative thing of feeding the entire thing back in to get the next token?
Oh God, no. This is a simple,
Huh.
very small neural network. Until
But
I
it-
get better hardware, and I want to try to rewrite this in CUDA instead of C++, so I can run this
Right.
GPU. Then I can get better networks, and then I can have more input neurons that will allow larger strings of tokens. But at the moment, it's just a single
Right.
string
So
in, single
there's
token.
no
Post to the
state.
mail, post to the mailing list, Chris, post to the mailing list.
Yes.
Just quick
On the
question. How
mailing
many
list. I know
nodes?
some resources to get large body of text. I can answer that.
Please contact me. I would love to
Post to
get
the
large
mailing
bodies
list,
of
Chris,
data.
Yeah,
post to the mailing
post it
list
in
and
the
we'll have a
mailing
discussion
list.
then.
All right. Well,
Chris,
thank you,
I
guys.
posted the link. I posted a link to
Great.
Hugging Face. They have some stuff. I haven't used it myself, but it's there.
Train it on your last 20 years of email.
All right, looks like we got a show and tell setting up there at Maker
I have one
Nexus.
too. Oh, that's cool.
What's going on?
I'm about to spaz out and I'm just getting strobed.
Thank you. Yeah,
Is this Robot Jim?
yeah, it's Robot Jeans, yes. So, today I'm really excited to get invited to show and tell my robot I created. So I created sometime last year. It went through a couple iterations. It's mainly powered by microbit. It's really education system. So then I modified it, and basically it is this chip. Okay. It's this it's this tiny chip. So it's widely used in middle school and high school students. Then the purpose of this robot, it is to teach kids to programming, 3D design, and fun stuff. This robot can basically use this gamepad to learn block programming, and use this robot to do learn Python programming. And as you can see, I can control this, use the joystick, go back and forth, make a turn, they can play, they can play soccer, something like that. And some of them even can, let me do it. Let me see, it can do, a little bit ChatGPT stuff. Let me turn it on, sorry. So
he's very cute.
Yeah, and the best of thing, it can dance. So let's see. So basically, we write basically everything controlled by Python programs. If you turn on the music, it can fit in the beats and do really cool dance. So all the parts can be easily, because it's got the Lego adapters. You can swap out, for example, at here, you can swap out the foot easily to different shoes and different on the back end. You can swap out the backpack. So we got a lot of online YouTube videos, and the kids really have fun to modify it and learn quite a bit, either for learn entry-level programming or learn really sophisticated Python programming.
Are you guys located in the Bay Area?
Yeah, we are in the Bay Area. We are located in Belmont, San Mateo region. Yeah.
Very good, very good.
So
Okay.
yeah, we basically are looking for high schools or middle school students, teachers to evaluate the robots as a classroom instruction robot. So I personally use this robot to do after school teaching from second grader to seventh grader, teach them programming, 3D design, 3D. And we have I already accumulated about 30.
How much does it cost?
Right right now it's because I make a small build. It's cost like $260 because I make a small volume.
All right.
Really high. So but once you buy the base model, it's a lot of great things were coming. Sorry, let me enable the right now I try to extend this robot to ChatGPT. Let me see whether I can enable it. So let me,
What's his brain? Is it a Pi?
what?
Is it a Raspberry Pi or would you say the CPU
Oh,
is?
it's a microbit. It's even simpler than that. It's a microbit.
But it
It's
can do
a,
full,
it's
it can
invented by
do,
BBC.
it can do MicroPython?
Yeah, you can run MicroPython. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's mainly you can also learn a little bit like Python programming as well. Let me hold
Is
on. Let
that
me
sonar on the body?
what?
Is that sonar, the two discs on the
Yeah.
body?
Yeah. Yes, it can do autopilot. So we mainly use the sonar to do autopilot. So
You mean like
can
SLAM?
solve maze. Yeah, you can solve maze, something like that. What?
Does it do cliff detection? Like the edge of the table.
Well, or no step. No, you will fail. Yeah, you will fail over the cliff. So, but the thing is, you fail over the cliff if you go to self-protection mode.
Oh.
So then, yeah, well, then you can.
You're still sharing your screen.
Oh.
You spotlight.
Is it,
Yeah, you want, take off the screen share.
does it have a IMU?
I mean, yes, in the microbit, it has a built, in the microbit, it has a built-in IMU. It's
Oh.
got
I'm
complex
gonna stop-
IMU,
I'm gonna
temperature
stop the screen
sensor,
sharing.
microphone. Most of the things are most of the things, whatever your cell phone has, it has it. So, let me try to enable the ChatGPT thing because I need to connect to the song.
What are the glasses you're using there?
Oh, that's
gonna
my
ask.
monitor.
Which one?
I was gonna ask, okay, that's the monitor?
Yeah, that's my monitor. So
Dude,
I
that's
have a small,
badass. I like that.
I have a
That's
small
all right.
Linux box running here. This is my battery. That's my Linux box.
That's too cool.
That is awesome.
What kind of Linux box is it?
Ubuntu.
What kind of hardware is it?
It's really this one.
Yeah.
This one is just running an Intel chip, actually 4-core, 6 gig memory, like 200 gig of. It's good enough for me. So I just put it in my pocket. I just put it in my pocket. I just walk around like this. So, and this is my keyboard.
Yeah. Come back again next month when we do the challenge meeting and tell us some more about your robots, okay?
Yeah. So the beauty of the thing is this Linux box talks to the robot queue. So because this microbit got a small memory, you cannot load a large memory there, right? So then I run in the agent here, a server right here. It's connected to a robot queue through a Bluetooth. Then whatever the feedback from the robot, do calculation here and send it back. So I try to do a demo. Use ChatGPT do some stuff. Give me
Yeah.
more.
Come back next month and do a demo. We need to keep rolling because we got a presentation to get to.
Okay.
Really
But I
cool.
want you to come back. I want you to come back next month again, okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I like those glasses. I got to get some glasses like that.
Those are-
Tim, did you say you have a quick demo to give?
Yeah, I do.
Can you post a link to everything?
Yeah, it's X-Real. It's what?
Oh, X-Real.
X-Real. It's
The
X-Real.
ones that are in
Yeah, it's about
advertising?
$300.
Yeah.
So
They're
you just-
available on Amazon right now.
Yeah, they're being
Oh, well, let me close it. Okay.
All right, can I go?
Go.
So here's my latest addition to Big Orange, the Jetson Orin Nano Developer Kit, which has an 8 gigabyte board with a 6-core ARM processor and the NVIDIA module GPU, and that can run at 67 TOPS, tops, 67 trillion operations, and it's $249 in a hard to find right now. So here's what it looks like installed in Big Orange, which I found just a little enough room to fit it, and it's currently has its own 12-volt battery pack because it does use a fair amount of energy. It goes from it can be configured down to 7 watts up to around 30 something watts in this new Max M mode, which is kind of a overclocking controlled by heat or limited by the heat. So this is connected to the main computer, which is the Latte Panda, and via USB port, and it can communicate over IP over USB through a nice thing they've set up, which allows you to SSH directly. So what you can do with this is large language models, vision language models, all locally on the robot. And so that's what I've been up to. Even possibility of real-time video annotation per frame. So that's where I'm at, and I'll show you some examples. So I've launched a test program that is using the NVIDIA Jetson Nano on the robot. And so here I can converse by typing instead of talking for now. This is just a test. So I'll show you what I can ask it. So this is all running locally. So I'm going to say, can you tell me something about yourself? And I execute that, and then I do have it responding in voice.
Sure thing. I'm a testbed robot built in 2020 by Jim D'Annunzio. My brain is a Latte Panda running Windows and an AI LLM for chat. I can move around indoors, avoid obstacles, and even recognize faces and objects. What would you like to know more about?
Okay, now I can give it a command, for instance, please drive in the path of a closed square. So let's see, this is an example of using tools. And so I give it that, and this is going to be some debugging output. Please excuse it, but it is.
I've completed the square path. You can check my starting point again to see where I ended up. Is there anything else you'd like me to do?
So this shows you that it's using a tool called getPose. It gets its current pose, and then it makes a call move through locations, and this is the points of the square. And I'm still working out having it do this exactly right, but it essentially is mostly working to do this. And then when this is connected to the real robot, or when it's connected to actual motors, then it will actually move in the square. That's it. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on, and it's really a conversion from using OpenAI's large language model in the cloud to doing it on board the robot. And it's slower, it's not going to be as good, but hopefully it's enough to do the basic things that I need to do. And it's running basically it's a little Olama micro on board.
Which model are you using? The 1 billion or the 3 or the 7?
Yeah, I'm using, this is like Quen 7 billion instruct. Quen 2.5 7 billion instruct is the one I'm currently using. I've been bouncing around because
And you played with like 4-bit and 3-bit and that sort of stuff, or
no, I'm not messing around too much yet. I'm just downloading whatever is available on the Olama for the biggest one I can fit.
Right, but yeah, I mean
it's already it's already quantized to 4-bit.
All right. Thank you very much.
Cool. Really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've got one quick demo. This will be Floorbot Challenge Phase 1. Let me set the pose here. The exciting thing here is this is the homebrewed ultrasonic sensor. If this was just using the LiDAR from the camera, it would have gone under that table. This is the nav2 here. Missing some of my loops. I'll blame it on the Zoom call. Running weight, that's a recovery behavior. You can see the robot there. Okay, this is a Floorbot Challenge Phase 1, so it's gone from one end of the room to the other, and now it's going back to the other room. You can see that it is avoiding the table. This is a Create 3 with a LiDAR. The LiDAR is 4 inches off the ground. If the ultrasonic sensor wasn't there, it would go under the table.
It would attempt to go under the table.
No, it would go, well, yes, good point. Thank you. With the ultrasonic sensors to safeguard the superstructure, 4 of us, Alan Fetterman, Thomas, Phil McCary, and Ross Lunan, Ross with 2 S's, are working on a book called MockBot. We're going to build the TurtleBot 3 different ways with Roombas, BotFacts, and Create 3s. Did you get there? Yeah. Goal succeeded.
We're actually muted. Okay, Camp, quick question. So you're using Slam Toolbox to navigate around, right?
No, I am using nav2. You use Slam
Nav2.
Toolbox to make the map.
Okay. So what is so does Nav2 support multiple LiDARs or multiple sensor inputs simultaneously? Like how are
Well, you've got your LiDAR. You got your LiDAR sensor. What we did was we made an ultrasonic or a range plugin for nav2.yaml. And it with the help of Mike and Marco and others at the Ross discussion group. I'll put a link in the homebrew mailing list, but what we did was we took the Ross simple publisher and displaced the hello world text with a range message from a Python program that was running. And the trick there is, okay, so that you've got a range message coming through, then you have to make the URDF so you can see it in the RViz, and then finally you have to make the nav2 YAML so that navigation knows what to do when it senses something. And so, yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
Okay, any other show and tell this evening? We're running a little late. Apologize, Perez. All right, let's see here. Okay, so without any further ado, Aram Perez with STEAMTrain STEAMBot. Take it away.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I do have a presentation I'll go through. Let me see how I can.
Are you able to share your screen?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Are you seeing?
Yeah, I got one of your robots and put it together. I really enjoyed it, and it's cute. And we're really interested in like the web server and using it with the phone and stuff.
Right. So my name's Aram Perez. I started this company called the STEAMTrain about 4 or 5 years ago. And I'll, through this presentation, I'll give sort of the history. I'll just cover a little bit my resume, sort of my why, talk about the STEAMTrain and the robot, the STEAMBot. I offer what I call make and take a robot camps, then things going forward, and end with a Q&A session, although feel free to ask any questions at any time. So I graduated in 1978 from a private college called Walla Walla. Back then it was Walla Walla College in the state of Washington. I moved to Sacramento, worked some small companies there, primarily doing embedded systems. Did a lot of BIOS for CPM.
I know CPM.
Yeah.
Computer Products Micro.
Yeah. And Mr. Kildare, who didn't become rich because
he was
he wasn't at the
helicoptering.
office when IBM showed up.
Right. That's an iconic story.
Yeah. I worked for a big contractor in Sacramento, and they had won a contract to write or develop. It was a communication system for the Bonneville Power Administration. And we had to use some CRC calculations, and my boss at the time gave me this article. Some person was calculating CRCs 4 bits at a time. I figured out how to do it, a byte at a time, and published it in IEEE Micro. My only published. And also got involved, the company I started working with the data encryption standard. Back then, Western Digital made a chip, and this company I worked for made some boards that eventually the Federal Reserve Bank started using. We went to forgot the name now, computer show in San Francisco. The Fed saw it. The
Consumer Electronics Show?
No,
that's
it was prior
in
to that.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's in Vegas.
I know what show you're talking about.
Comdex.
Comdex?
Nope. No, it was something computer show.
No, it was that famous old computer show they had, wasn't it?
Computer show.
Before Comdex?
Oh yeah. And
Comdex was like 1990.
The Boston Computer Show was way back.
Yeah, this was in the 80s. But anyway, and then after NAFTA passed, I tried to start a company to sell encryption systems to banks in Mexico. Back then, encryption was considered like an arms. So I used to jokingly say I used to be an arms dealer.
West Coast Computer Fair.
Yeah, that's it. West Coast Computer Fair.
I forgot to ask it I forgot to ask it as a question though.
Yeah. So while I was going down,
why don't you tell us some about cyclical redundancy checks?
Oh no, we're gonna get into that.
I don't
tell us
know
about bitewise CRC cal.
Yeah, I don't know the math behind it, and I picked. It's called CRC 16. There's a bunch of different formulas.
I was kidding. I was kidding.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's a block cipher, I think.
No, CRC is a error
bit?
detection for error detection.
Oh, right, parity.
Cyclical redundancy check.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, there were early computers that had 9-bit bytes, so the other bit could be like that has something to do with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, since I was selling to the banks, public key, Diffie-Hellman had come out with their key exchange, public key exchange algorithm, and then RSA actually had a encryption algorithm. So I talked to them. The Mexican economy crashed, so I was talking to RSA and ended up consulting, and I became the editor for what's known as PKCS, which is Public Key Cryptographic Standards number 11, which was a crypto API for the first version. It's version 2 something, and I haven't kept up. So I did that as a consultant, then got hired by RSA and worked on something called Secure Electronic Transactions that Visa, MasterCard, American Express were putting together. I wrote a lot of the software, was involved with the standard, and gave the first public demo at an RSA conference. I forget the year now.
Feels like no one's going to break into your robots.
Actually, it wouldn't be that hard. Anyway, while I was at RSA, some recruiter called me out of the blue. Apple was looking for a security architect, so I went to work for Apple around 1998. My ex didn't want to move to Silicon Valley, so I went to work for some company, small company in New Jersey. They went under, so I ended up working at some companies in the Bay Area, some small startups. And in 2004, I went to work for Qualcomm in San Diego. That was sort of my longest job stint. I started out, Qualcomm had something they called Brew. They didn't want to call it an OS, but it was sort of an OS, and it had some security built in. And then
we're a brew group here.
Yeah, I forget what Brew for Qualcomm stood for.
One time when we were at a fair, the computer jamboree, people were confusing us with the homebrew beer booth.
Oh.
They're all showing up right near the pig races.
Yeah, then I transferred to the standards group, which meant I got to travel the world on Qualcomm's dime. I worked mainly on the SIM cards, standards related to the SIM cards, and NFC, the near field communications, some of the security features of that. And in 2015, Qualcomm laid off 15% of their workforce because I had been representing them, setting the standards, and during that time is when first the Android and then Apple came out with their phones. I didn't know any app development or the Web 2.0 stuff. So not too many companies want to pay you, to travel to set standards, So ended up moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee, because my wife used to live there. And then I worked as a consultant with a nonprofit, and I taught their robotics summer camps. And after every camp that we would give, at least 1 or 2 students would come up to me and ask if they could, keep the robots. And I never taught the Lego EV3s at this company. I did do one summer, several camps with the EV3s at community college. But for those of you that are familiar with the EV3 from Lego, the basic kit is $500, or used to be $500. And if you wanted some little tank tracks and some other things, there was another $200.
Aram, did you do this in conjunction with First Robotics, the Lego League, and the Vex Robotics and all that?
No, while I was at Qualcomm, I did referee one of the first robotics. It was fun because we got it to do, it was held at Legoland, which is just north of San Diego.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So that was a fun.
The EV3 is not the original Mindstorm, it was the later one, right? With
Well,
the
it's
more,
the
with the,
second version. They have one, I forget what they called. I actually have one somewhere in the garage.
The NXT.
Yes, NXT.
well, that was the first model. That was the
Correct.
earlier one.
And-
The one, the E3 or whatever it's called is more techno stuff. Like it's not like block Lego. It's like that other. Yeah, I used to play with that a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
But you
there's the
can use
RCX, which came out in like 97, the yellow one, the yellow
Right,
build.
right,
And then there was the NXT, which was the first one to move to the Lego Technic like
Right,
platform.
right,
And then
right.
EV3 was the third gen.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I think I've seen it. It looked like the other one, right?
Yeah, it looked like the second gen. It just I think it was a little bigger,
More-
but it
Right,
yeah. Gen 2 and 3 looked a lot closer than the first gen one.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
And now I don't know what they call them. They have newer versions.
Discontinued.
Yeah,
I
the
think they
EV3 is
didn't-
discontinued, but
There's
they have,
Spark, I guess, but
Didn't they stay? They stayed in the education business. I thought,
yeah,
they
they're
have this thing
still
called
doing.
Spark, which
Yeah,
but they're not selling. You can't go to the Lego store and get Mindstorms anymore.
no, but they have a replacement. I just forget the name. I haven't kept up.
But they're not actively marketing and selling it in retail. I don't think. Well,
Uh,
anyway,
yeah, I'm not sure.
look it up.
What's it called? Spike?
Spike. Consumer Mindstorms, I still think is mostly dead. It's they do
Yeah.
keep it as an educational product.
Right.
Spike. That
Yeah.
means you have to buy it if you're a school or something. Right?
Yeah, and the using it from your computer is also gone. It's an app through a phone now that talks to some.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Natch.
Yeah. I mean,
Anyway,
all
I
kids have
decided,
smartphones, so.
to see what I could do about, having kids have robots at home. So, I was fortunate. My parents, growing up, I always knew I was going to college. I wasn't, and there was a lot of things I wanted to do, anything from chemistry. I mean, I remember the early 60s, I had a chemistry set that, would be illegal today. And, one time I wanted to be an astronomer.
One of those atomic kits.
Well, it wasn't atomic, but they had, you can make
Like
mixtures,
sodium.
right, that would kill you.
Don't put this in the water.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays people just go on YouTube and watch someone else blow themselves up.
Exactly. My father, even though he was a preacher, he was always trying to invent things, including he always wanted to come up with the perpetual motion machines. So, I grew up
Did you
doing
talk? I hope you talked him out of that.
Well, I didn't know any better. I was,
Well, if you were college bound.
well, yeah, but this was the mid 60s. Anyway, I've had a really good career as an engineer, although I never, even though I worked in Silicon Valley over 10 years, I never hit the jackpot. But still, I've enjoyed
The journey is the reward.
That's right.
That's what I keep telling myself anyway.
And so I want to get help, in particular, underserved kids. And I am white, but I am Hispanic. My father was Cuban. My mother was Puerto Rican. I was born and raised in the U.S., but I did live 5 years in Puerto Rico. And so, I want to give to the community and try to be sort of a role model to Hispanic kids. At Qualcomm, I took this test called Strength Finders. and these are my strengths. I'm a learner, maximizer, achiever, ideation, and believe. So I try to, put that into everything I do. My dream is any kid that wants a robot should be able to get one, no matter their social economic background. And, I want them to be able to play with robots without worrying about a grade or some competition. So
That's a good point. We do something called the HPRC Challenge we've done for years where it's not a competition, it's a show.
The gentleman's.
Could. I commend you for that. So I started this about 5 years ago, and I just wanted to make some STEAM related. Now I use STEAM, so science, technology, engineering, art, and math. I think art is more than just painting or sculpting. It's just how you think about things and how you put things together. And so my first product was this STEAMBot robot kit, which I sell for $49.99. I cover my material costs, but I'm not making any money. I'm still living off my Social Security.
If you're willing to disclose, what kind of numbers are you selling? Dozens, hundreds, thousands?
No, well, the first version I sold 300.
Okay.
The University of Tennessee in Chattanooga, the engineering school there had a program they wanted to give these robots out to the high schools in the Chattanooga area. One of the interesting things when I moved to Chattanooga, people kept telling me how bad the public school system was. And if you ever look at schools in Chattanooga, I've never seen any place with more private schools than Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So the university is trying to help that. But overall, I think I've sold over 500, but definitely less than 1,000.
How many years?
5 years.
Okay.
And people have told me, well, put them on Amazon and that. Well, I don't want to.
Could you deliver? I mean,
Well,
are you putting these together by hand? I mean,
yes.
Oh, geez.
I laser
My condolences.
Oh, thanks. The first version was 3D printing the chassis. I was looking.
Are you telling the students and buyers to 3D print, or you're actually printing?
No. I was 3D printing.
That's not scalable up.
The current
right?
one is laser printed. Or
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's laser
It's
cut.
CNC.
Sorry.
Right.
This is the chassis of the first one.
Yeah. There's a link in the chat for the current one.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I put one together. I think it's great. I've had a good time with this little guy.
Yeah. I like to put other
So
frames
it's
on it.
differential drive.
Yes.
Yes.
It's got those ubiquitous Chinese wheels.
Right.
Yeah, and I use this, and then I've moved to. Oops. Yeah, I went to this.
You don't want the friction of So the rear wheels are just for show, or?
No. It's like a tank drive. So
okay.
Got a caster in the rear.
But what's that metal button that you're showing? What does that
this
do?
is a wheel. It's like a.
Oh, okay. So it's 3 wheels. It's like a spherical like.
It's a caster.
Exactly,
man.
caster.
I just put that in a simulator the other day, and I didn't know you could actually make one for real.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's in a lot of robots.
Yeah, a lot of.
There's a link in the chat there.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So one of the things I like about robotics is, that kids that get involved, you you have to learn a little bit about mechanical engineering, a little bit about electrical engineering, then computer science. There's a lot of definitions for robots. Mine is a machine that is programmable. Most nowadays are electro, they use some sort of power, whether DC or AC. And then, if you're using LiDAR and stuff like that to do SLAM and that, it requires more knowledge, but I just wanted the basics. I had built these for my grandkids. These use an Arduino, have a motor shield, and then a Bluetooth. And the one on the left is a kit, although I added the battery is actually from a bicycle light. And then the one on the right,
Homebrewed.
I'm sorry?
Homebrewed.
Yep. The one on the right, I took a tank kit from, I don't know how you say it correctly, Tamiya. They make a lot of RC cars. Tamiya. And, so I just made 3D printed a chassis for it. And this is what, my current version looks like. I laser cut the chassis. I have different faces, and I have the, I can make any face.
The brain is an Arduino, you said?
No, this I use a board called Node MCU that has
Node MCU. I'll put a link in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has an ESP8266.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah, I've seen
there's
those
sort of
things.
this, I don't know if it's motherboard, daughter board, whatever. The Node MCU plugs into that, and it has the motor driver. And then it has the pins for the connections.
I just out of curiosity, was Raspberry Pi just too expensive, or?
Yes. Yes. Again, I'm selling this for $49.99.
Right.
Now, the first version, and I didn't, I moved to Pelham last November. It's a long story. My son-in-law and daughter and grandkids were living with us. They just moved out about 2-3 weeks ago. So I haven't fully unpacked yet. So anyway, the first version, I designed the PCB with a friend in Chattanooga. We had 500 boards made in China. It was based on STM32, and I forget the board now. Blue Pill? No, not Blue Pill. Blue something. But I mean, it cost me like $15 for 500 boards. They put an RGB LED backwards, so I had to pay someone to unsolder, flip it 180 degrees, and resolder. And it was based on Bluetooth. And I could get a Mac and a Chromebook to talk to it. I never could get Windows to talk to the robot.
No loss.
How about Ubuntu?
I never went down that.
Come on now, Aram. How are we supposed to take over the desktop if you're not
Yeah.
using Ubuntu? The year of Linux. Come on.
Well, Chrome has a built-in Bluetooth stack. But
What about WSL from Windows? The Linux shell.
Yeah, I didn't try that. That was, again, this was, when that version was 4 years ago, 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, that's basically Ubuntu running in Windows in a
Right.
virtual thing.
Right.
So I mean, if you didn't do Ubuntu, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the kit has a chassis that's laser cut, has this controller board. I mount the Node MCU onto this motherboard so the kids don't have to do that. Again, 2 motors with wheels and this roller ball, I call it a roller ball. Has an ultrasonic sensor with the face, has a battery holder for 4 AA batteries, and a small buzzer, and then 6 screws. And I went with Imperial screws, so if you lost them, you could go to your local hardware store and replace them. I had wanted to include a Phillips screwdriver, but it, again, cost, trying to minimize cost.
You know, I'll try to be quick. I know Camp wants to keep moving, but this reminds me of something that was done in the like early 2000s with a $100 computer that they were gonna.
Yeah.
You know the thing. It was Trip Hawkins and Mundy from Microsoft or somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean that was a PC, not a robot. But
right. So there's no app required. I'm running a web server on the Node MCU. The nice thing about the ESP8266, it has 4 megs of flash. I do some tricks. I don't know how I ran across this, but all the web pages are all stored in program memory. A lot of people use the flash, the ESP, both the 8266 and now the 32 have access to flash, but I wanted to be this as fast as possible. When I did it, storing the pages on flash, I had some, it was taking too long. So all you need to control the robot is a device with Wi-Fi and a modern browser, because I am using WebSockets to communicate with the robot. I used, Google has a thing for creating block-based programming called Blockly.
not Scratch.
No, the
I'm
third.
sorry, I thought it was Scratch.
Yeah, the 3rd version of Scratch uses Blockly.
Oh, I
They
remember
used to
Blockly.
use.
Yeah, Blockly has a weird history. I remember this.
Yes, but yeah, the Scratch version 2 used Flash.
Oh,
which had a
that's
lot of
non-starter.
Yeah, so when they went to version 3, they switched over to Google Blockly. And again, I wanted this to be as sort of as complete as possible, so I include what I call modes. The cat mode, it uses the ultrasonic sensor.
My dog likes the cat mode.
Yeah.
I've got him sitting on a little table here with an edge, and the dog comes up to it and it backs up, and the dog backs up and moves up and goes up. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, so and that's why I use a cat face. The default is a cat face. So if you get too close, the robot will back away, and then if you're too far, it'll try to get closer. I have an obstacle avoidance. For those of you that are into music and know what a theremin is.
Oh yeah.
So a theremin, has basically two sensors. I only have one, so I can't hear Cam.
Can you hear it?
No.
Let me find this. Oh, here's a speaker. Can you hear it?
No, not yet.
You need more volume, Aaron.
Yeah.
I can hear it.
They filter out that stuff in Zoom for some reason.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah,
felt-
like anything that sounds like a bang or like a click.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to disable. I hope there's a way to disable that.
One would hope.
What about a Zoom for sound effects people? What do they do? I mean,
Yeah.
Send each other MP4s probably.
Right.
Most.
And then I have a line following mode, which requires two sensors. And on my website, I promised a kit, but I never got around to it. But you can use,
Aaron, we do something called the TableBot Challenge, where trying to get to tabletop soccer. Phase one is for the robot to go from one end of the table to the other and back. So I'll make a commitment to hack my cat bot to do
okay.
phase one next month.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Aram. Did you say you're using sonar or radar or
Well,
what's your
yeah,
distance sensor?
what looks like eyes is the ultrasonic sensor.
Okay, so sonar. Yeah.
Yes, sonar.
But you're going to use IR for the drop sensor or for the line follower, right?
Yes.
Right,
Yeah,
but that's down at the bottom facing the table, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And you put a piece of tape down and you can follow the line. Now I just use straight I don't use a PID. That's something I I haven't learned that yet. So
Probably got a wiggly line following.
exactly, yes.
It's pretty simple. You just I mean it's not hard. You just damp it. So
right.
Simple for you, Dan.
I used to have over-the-air firmware update, but then I ran into an issue. My hosting company wants everything to be HTTPS.
All right.
So, but I used another, and I forget the name right now, library that someone has. For those of you familiar with, it's some open source software for controlling LED strips. WLED, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can just plug in a USB cable to your computer and to your device, and then you can upload the firmware. So I have that working. When I was prior to Pelham, Alabama, I was living in Gainesville. So from Chattanooga, I moved to Gainesville, again, following grandkids. I offered what I called make and take a robot camp, where I would teach students about engineering, how to build a robot, and how to program it. If you look at the robot, the ultrasonic sensor is normally in the front, but I have two slots on the right or left, so you can remove the face and stick it in that way. So, I first teach the kids, okay, here's the, put the robot and here's a box, move forward till you detect the box. And then the next phase is to, make your robot go around the box.
And this is with Blockly?
Yes, with the built-in Blockly. You can save your programs. It is to your phone or your computer. Eventually, I want to get it so it's saved on the computer itself, but I haven't gotten there yet. And these camps, I've done 2-day camps, but I prefer 5 days, 2 hours a day. And if you go to my website, there's a video on YouTube.
Where do you do these camps?
I did them in Gainesville. I was going to do them here in Alabama. I was going to do it at our church, and I don't know, things we never could coordinate the time. I was going to do one at our the local makerspace, and again, things just didn't work out. But hopefully next summer I'll be giving these.
So I thought you said you were in Palo Alto for a while?
Well, I worked, yeah, in Silicon Valley.
Okay, yeah.
But at
You're
the
in
time,
Alabama now.
yes. At the time, I lived in Sacramento. I would drive to Silicon Valley during the week and go home on the weekends.
Yeah, been there, done that.
So going forward, I'm planning to open source all the firmware. As I mentioned before, I use WebSockets, and I was using text-based messaging. I've switched to binary.
No, Jason.
No.
Sounds like that might be ideological.
Well, again, one
It's
of my
better than XML.
No, oh, definitely. No, I understand. I understand, but you know, back when I was writing BIOS for CPM, I had to. We call it a monitor. I had to write this and fit it into a 2K.
Yeah.
You know, EEPROM.
Yep. Yep. I remember those days.
Yeah. And part of the reason I want to open source is I hate selling and you know, managing inventory and all that. And I'm enjoying being retired. And once I started, well, in Chattanooga, a friend of mine at the makerspace told me, you know, instead of 3D printing the chassis, why don't you laser cut it? So I started doing that, and I said, oh, with the laser, you can do lots of things. So
yeah,
I
indeed.
do that now, and I try to sell stuff at farmers markets.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, there was a robot called the PR1 at Stanford, which ended up in Willow Garage. That PR2 people know, but the PR1 was about 400-pound robot that was made all with wood CNC.
Oh, wow.
It's an
I did not
insane
know the
looking thing.
PR1 was wood.
It was, and the two guys that worked on it, one of them was just like, he's like, wood is the best, you know. PR2, I think, was different.
That's true. Wood is underrated for a robot building material.
It's an incredible building material.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, there's this company, Elegoo. They sell a lot of things, but they have this little robot. It's similar to mine. Again, this is a different type of caster wheel, a roller wheel that has a nylon chassis or holder and then the steel bearing. So I'm moving to these. These are cheaper. These are the standard. Well, inside it has two motors, there's like these, sorry, this came apart, broke one while it was being moved, but these motors are very common for low cost robot kits.
Those motors are ubiquitous.
Yeah. This one uses it, but the motor is at a right angle to the gears. And I'm not sure why they did that, but and I had some other kits. Oh, I have built a different chassis. So the original, you know, the one I sell, it supposed to be 2.7 millimeter plywood.
Did you want to show your robot and not share
yeah.
the screen? Or, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I forgot to get one. Hang on.
You can go back to the slides just while you're showing the robots.
was that the SparkFun one? The SparkFun kit for this? Encoders on them. Nice. How did you do the shaft extension on them? You glue a little metal rod to it?
No, you can kind of do it smooth.
Oh, with the shaft coming out the back? My plan was to mount the magnet on the unused.
Again, here's the robot.
Did you want to stop sharing your screen while you're showing us the robot?
Do I want to do which?
Stop sharing your screen while you're showing us the robot.
Yeah, you'll get bigger. We'll be able to see more.
Okay. Stop sharing. Where do where's the stop sharing?
Should be up there near the top
sharing.
of the screen. Should be a red button.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
are. Very nice. The cat bot.
Again, just, 4 AA batteries, although I made this tall enough. I have some lithium rechargeable batteries. This is the Node MCU. One of the things I do, put this little label, which is basically the MAC address. When you power on, oh, can you hear? Let's see if it picks it up. Did you hear 2 beeps?
No, we didn't
Hold
hear it.
on
I
a
think it
sec.
filtered it out.
Hold on a sec. I gotta turn this thing on. Something in my office is.
Yeah, so
I don't want to get ahead of the talk here, but
yeah,
what the development environment, what if you want to, okay, so I'm talking about perhaps making this into a table bot with some drop sensors. What development environment would I use for the Node MCU?
I use this Visual Studio with what used to be Platform IO, and then they dropped support for the ESP and some other company.
Doesn't the Arduino IDE work on some of
Yes, you
these things?
can use the Arduino IDE.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Thank you.
Now,
my colleague uses that a lot.
the trouble with the Arduino, it's slower and it wants to compile everything.
Well, it's all Java based, that one.
Right. The Platform IO or the new, I forget the name, but it's a little bit more smarter. I don't know if it uses a make file, but it's, it won't recompile everything.
But it's all C, not C++, just C.
Well, I use C++.
Oh, okay.
Platform IO IDE still bundles the compilers for whatever target. Yeah, so it's
right.
Okay.
C++ tool chain.
Yes.
And is there what was I going to ask? Never mind. You have the IDE.
Now, Cam, for you to do what you want, you're not going to be able to, because again, you don't have.
Don't tell me that.
Well, it will be challenging.
Just to spite you.
What about MicroPython? Is that?
Someone has asked me for that. What I was planning to do is you can get a WebSocket library for Python.
Put some of the smarts on the laptop.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
In essence, that's what you're doing now.
Right. Then you can write Python scripts on the server. Right. As long as you have good Wi-Fi.
Well, it's
a
not
bit of a cheat.
Right now, you're presented with a page, and it's a combination of JavaScript. I mean, when you go to the Blockly, the programming page, and you say run, I go through the blocks and convert that to JavaScript that's calling WebSockets and sending, commands. And, I had to learn JavaScript to do this.
My
And
condolences again.
HTML. And,
Jeez.
one of the hard
Web.
parts was I was used to C, C++, where it's sequential. JavaScript isn't sequential. So I had to learn how to make, send a command.
Asynchronous callbacks and all
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Aram, I think I'll stick with your advice and not disassemble my cat dog. I like him. I enjoy him. He's fun.
I was gonna. So this is everything's the same except I don't have the ultrasonic sensor, and then this is the old style roller wheel. This is a QR code for the Wi-Fi. So the logic behind when you turn on the robot is it sees if you've configured any Wi-Fi, your local Wi-Fi in your house or wherever. If it can't connect to that, then it sets itself up as an AP. And the access point, its ID is STEAMBot dash and then this number here. It's showing up backwards when I look at my screen. So,
Right.
And so you just connect to that. This is a sort of a heavy duty chassis. Sort of it's not a Boy Scouts club, but somewhat similar from our church. And they wanted to me to show them the robots. And so this here, I have a big ball and I created like a soccer field. So there's 4 of these, 2 of them have the purple and I think the other 2 have orange. So the idea is the kids drive and play soccer.
Very cool.
And I used to have them, look at the number here, but then I decided, here, wait, I just can print put a QR code and, everything's done automatically. Now this one has the buzzer, but not the ultrasonic sound or ultrasonic sensor. I'm big into, I haven't used ROS, but ROS, basically creates a hardware abstraction layer. So I like to take toys I find at Goodwill or a thrift store. Any of these toys that are 2-wheel drive. Now this one, I couldn't fit the battery inside, so I have to tape it. But inside is the,
homebrewed.
You got it.
What's that? It's what?
Yeah.
Under.
I just put my electronics inside and everything works the same. Although I
You
don't
just
have
connect to their motors or their motor drivers. Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And then
that's cool.
The one nice thing about this motherboard, or whatever you want to call it, you can have separate power to the motors. So right now there's a little jumper that connects, the board VCC to the motors. But if you want to drive, heavy duty motors,
It's gonna crash the CPU if they're on the same power supply, right?
yes.
Because you pull too much current.
Right.
So you have like an H bridge or something.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. Yeah, I don't. If you remove, actually,
I mean, they got little boards like that for a buck or two, right?
yeah, and that's what this. I mean, the H bridge is down here underneath.
Right.
You know, now again, I don't know why they did this, but 4 of the pins here are the same ones used for the H bridge. So even though they're brought out here to these jumper,
Can't really use them.
yeah, you can't use them.
Right. I feel like I've seen that board before. I'm wondering it's called the what again? A node?
I don't know. Well, this is called a node MCU.
Okay, but the driver.
Yeah, there's no name. You just look for,
Right.
ESP motor, ESP8266 motor driver.
Do you have any heat problem if somebody runs it too long?
No one, not that I know of.
Right. It's not too much power.
Yeah.
It's really good stuff.
Thank you.
You seem real committed to it. Yeah.
So any more questions?
Not right now.
I got a little demo here.
What's that?
I've got a little demo here. Actually.
I have to.
Yeah, I think documenting your protocol so that other software could talk to it is definitely like, I think the most
Right.
important step for being able to expand what you can do with it.
Sure. Yeah, and again, once I released all the software on as open source, yeah. Actually, hang on a minute. Let me check something. I'm bringing up a spreadsheet I have that will give you an idea of the. Come on. Oh. Okay, so this is, oops, yeah. So this is the binary command. It's basically 1 byte for the command, 2nd byte for what I call a subcommand, and then parameters.
That is decidedly old school. I congratulate you.
It's too small.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah. It's hard to read the screen.
Sorry.
But if you just publish this, it should
Yeah,
be
and
usable.
I will. I need to make sure this matches the actual code. Yeah, I think
It works.
Yeah, Carl put a Wi-Fi manager. I looked at a bunch of them, but the UI is different. I mean, it doesn't match what I wanted. Actually,
All right. Are you trying to share your screen, Aram?
No, I thought I stopped.
Okay, that's you did. That's fine.
Okay.
Super fun. Appreciate it.
Well,
That's awesome. That's
I was
awesome
gonna
work you're doing.
I was gonna show the UI for the robot.
Okay. Here it is. Here it is right here.
Oh, are you showing it?
Well, all I've got is it. I've got it on my phone.
Oh, no, no,
I
no.
can't really see it that well.
Okay. Share. Okay.
This is blocky.
No, this
Oh,
is
I'm
just
sorry, I lost.
HTML and JavaScript.
Yeah,
Right.
you launch your browser when you've logged into the SteamBot, and then you go to the website sb.com, and this comes up.
Got it.
Well, when the robot's in access point mode, it doesn't matter the URL. It's going to go to this page. But right now, I don't. Can you see the address bar?
No.
I don't.
Oh, it's yeah, it's behind that stupid
see it
thing.
now?
Yeah. Yeah, SteamBot dash, and then I see the number.
Right.
Barely, yeah.
Local. So I use what Apple used to call Bonjour or ZeroConf, or they now call it MDS. So, Apple used to on Safari search for it, but they removed that. I don't know why. And I also use the Microsoft's their discovery thing. So on a Windows machine, if you go to your devices, this will show up. So here's how you control it. There's a joystick. I do have an auto stop. If it's 0, it ignores it. But if you put in 15 centimeters, it may stop. Because you're pinging the ultrasonic sensor, and sometimes it's too slow. But here I can.
Are you playing the tone?
No, I'm trying to. I think one of my wires got loose. I carry this robot in my backpack, and it falls apart. And then I'm gonna have to reconnect here. This is the modes I mentioned before. And then for Wi-Fi, I'm connected to my home network, but I can do a scan here. And these are, all my neighbors. Well, this is mine. These are, my neighbors. And I added this because these motors, they're not the highest quality, so you can apply the same. I'm using pulse width modulation to control the speed. So this sort of allows you to make sure it's moving straight. This is for doing the over-the-air upgrade. And then this is the programming interface.
So you write a program and then upload it, or?
Well, you save it like here.
This is Blocky.
This is Blockly. I created this using Blockly. Yes.
Right. It's basically just a version of Scratch, or
Yeah.
very similar.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I'm very surprised this visual programming metaphor never really took off.
Well,
I mean, it has its.
I mean, I learned the old-fashioned way, and this
Yeah.
is so slow.
Yeah. I think probably most of the people on this call would sympathize.
Right.
I mean, what happened?
It's a good place for kids to start and get the hang of it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not against it, and I think it opens it up to some people who are not necessarily their brains aren't wired to make software development easy. You know, we can.
Yeah.
I mean, people have. I mean, this is all changing now with AI, of course.
And now you got code. Now you have vibe coding, right?
Right. Just think about it, and it'll appear. I did a project once with a very weird graphical programming language on Unity. I forget what it's called, but it like all had like squiggly lines connecting it, like the old DirectX, like or it was actually a horrible experience. I ended up having to like dig in, find the scripting layer, and write an actual program. I think Blockly's better than what I was working with. Because it constrains the person, it sort of teaches because you can only create an if you have a then or an else, or it sort of like forces you down the path of at least, I mean, they do that somewhat with syntax highlighting and hints and like IDEs these days.
Right.
That's sort of where that went.
And one of the reasons I went this way is the first summer camp that I taught in Chattanooga, I used the Arduino IDE, and
kids got lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'd show the code to the kids. I say, you
Right.
have to type this exactly, punctuation, capitalization.
Well, now they can just vibe. They're like, "Can you make me like a website that's cool?" And hey,
Yeah. And so then we switched. There's a company called Make Tool? They came out with a robot was pretty nice. They did a Kickstarter, and they were actually able to use Scratch, so that they took the time to add an extension to Scratch.
What did the later Lego CPUs? Did they use something like Scratch? Did they use something called like something Flow, like some MATLAB thingy?
Yeah,
It was
EV3, right. It was
another visual programming, like block-based, drag blocks around kind of.
Yeah, except there you had to connect lines.
Yeah, that's like the one I had in Unity. That turns out that like your thing is just a massive disorder. It's like the old 24-track recording studio I helped my friend build, with the patch bay behind it. It's like
the Lego one was based on LabVIEW.
LabVIEW, right. That's from the MATLAB people, right? Or Discrete?
No, National Instruments.
Oh, National, yeah, but
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so the funny one was, so for the initial, I mean, at least initially it was almost LabVIEW, and then later it was very tailored to Lego. But yeah, I have an educational copy of LabVIEW for Lego from like 1989.
Cool.
Because it was the only way to program the Lego stuff on a Mac.
How did we program the early yellow disk, the yellow box? I'm trying to remember now.
I think
you could get into assembly.
No. Well, that's if you ran BrickOS, but the original yellow brick was they had this tool they called
I use BrickOS now that I think of it.
BrickOS, that's an unfortunate name. That's an unfortunate name for an operating.
We're gonna brick your robot no matter what.
It bundled a graphical programming tool. They called it RCX code or something.
Oh yeah.
And it was all the blocks looked like Legos. Like,
Right.
all get
I
together.
remember.
But,
I
Right.
hacked on that, and then I got Brick OS. Brick OS was like,
yeah.
was that the one that was in fourth?
Brick OS was the C++ tool chain. I bet somebody had a fourth compiler on Poly. That's where I learned Java because I used the Lejos, the Java micro VM for RCX.
Poor fourth, like nobody even remembers it even as a retro thing. It's like people under a certain age have never heard of it.
Astronomers, just astronomers.
One of my best friends is an astrophysicist, and she has a PhD from San Diego, and she had never heard of fourth.
Oh.
And she's like pushing 50, so I don't know.
Are there any more questions for Aram? We need to wind this thing down. Are there any more
Sorry.
questions for Aram?
Sorry, Cam.
That's okay. It's fine.
Hey, I
Are there any
programmed
more
in
questions?
I'll just say he's doing the Lord's work for your definition of Lord. I mean, it's really cool to
Matter
see
of
so
fact, I
much
want
heart.
Skynet. Did I say that out loud?
Don't talk about Rocco.
Damn it, Kevin.
First rule of Rocco is you never talk about Rocco.
Aram, thank you very much. This was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure.
Come to our, we meet the last Wednesday every month, show up at the meetings and, let us know what's going on with STEAMBot.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
Very good, very good. And the kids, when they build robots, send them to the Homebrew Club. We meet 7 p.m. Pacific time on the ultimate Wednesday. Okay. Go to the HB Robotics homepage, join the mailing list. Have the kids do that.
Hey, Camp, I don't know if you remember me, but I used to come here like about 15 years ago.
I remember you. You look very familiar.
I got dragged away from robots for a decade, and now I'm circling back to my true love.
Welcome back, Sailor.
It's great that you're doing it. It's very familiar.
Yeah,
the format has not drastically changed.
This is what we do.
All right, I'm going to cut out.
Any more questions for Aram before we close this meeting and go into random access?
Well, the one question I would ask is, what is his intuition? Aram, what's your intuition as to, could you really build this into a business? Like I know some people who know Learning Insights, and Eduporium and some of these companies that do that. Is it feasible?
I really don't know.
Or you're like the indie band that doesn't want to talk to the major label. It's like it'll crush the spirit out of you.
Well, my concern again is making it or keeping it affordable. I mean, even at $50, there's a lot of kids that their parents just can't afford that.
Right. Last question. I'm sort of big on simulators. Do you do anything with simulation?
I've been told I should. If
piece of cake happened in the weekend.
The
piece
Lego,
of cake for you.
I mean, the Blockly. When I was looking at Blockly, they do have a sample of a robot.
So it's their robot, though, not yours, obviously.
Right, but
someone would have to model your thing in Mujoko or Isaac or whatever tool is popular or works for it. Yeah.
The Rebo.
The what?
Any other questions for Aram? Thank you very much. Let's give him a rousing round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Which Zoom cuts out.
Yeah, I know.
Does it really?
Yeah, it makes you feel like nobody liked you.
Here, we do this. We do like that. There we go. That's what we do on Zoom.
There we go. Thank
you. All right, thanks again.
Fluttering Gen Z emojis. I'm not even seeing them for some reason. All right.
Well, someone is.
We had them avoid you.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys. Good to meet you all.
Good to see you, Dan. You're on the mailing list, right?
I am. I recently culled a few million entries because my Gmail was about to run down and make me start paying it. But I hope you keep an archive of that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be nice to have it searchable.
It's a Google group. It's a Google group.
Oh man, if we could take it and shove it into Claude or something, that would be ultra cool. That'd be one way to, or I don't know if that's legal in your.
That sounds like a good
domain.
project for you, Dan.
Yeah, you've got a few for me. That after I
Yeah,
finish
we-
modeling the cat robot.
We'll get you working. We'll get you working.
All right.
Anything else this evening before we close up here? Mr. Mike, how you doing? You still with us? All right. Very fine, very fine. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And thank you for
doing
the,
this.
hey, we got challenge meeting next month, so everybody put together something and we'll have a great show and tell. Thanks again, Aram. And we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys when we see you guys. Oh, I make a motion the meeting be adjourned. Do I have a second?
Sure. Yes, adjourn the meeting.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those who oppose, say nay. Ayes have it, meeting adjourned. We'll see you when we see you. You guys keep building them homebrewed robots.